Jesse, have you solved the Five Nights at Freddy's lore?
But okay, let's take it from the top. So we have these two idiots that you might know of, called, like, William Afton and Henry Elizabeth. I think that's what his name is speculated. And so the two business partners. William Afton's like, Willie A, he's the purple dude, purple guy. That's what you might know him as. The man behind the slaughter, yeah. We're all caught up. Very good, very good. So from here we start like, alright, so these two guys were like pretty good pals. They decided to make a business, They're like, hey, we like making robots. You like kids. Put the two together. We're like robot kids. Oh, hi, welcome. Okay, so they do this thing, yeah. That they put together like a restaurant, Fred Bear and Friends. I think that's what it's called, And they go from there, they make the restaurant, they start making money or whatever. William Afton's a sadistic bastard and he likes kids, like a little too much, but he prefers them dead, It's kind of weird. So he kills kids inside a little, in like a suit of like a rabbit. It's like persona, whatever you want to call it. And so he stabs kids and he really enjoys it maybe a little too much, and it kind of gets out of hand. He starts killing a lot of kids. So then he gets put under investigation. And he's kind of kicked out of the place because, it's bad rep. Like, oh yeah, there's a killer over here. So then Henry's like, yeah, I'm pretty sure this bastard's the killer, so he won't let him back in. Alright, so after that, and so Henry has a daughter, Her name is, I'm pretty sure it's like Elizabeth or Charlie. I don't remember. One of them's important. Well, I think they're both important, like, things. And so what happens is, like, he makes like a robot. It's called a security puppet, and it's meant to secure his daughter. Like a green band, it's seen in FNAF 6 and like the security puppet minigame. But she gets left outside, and due to William Afton being not allowed inside, he has to kill her outside of the place. Puppet sees this and he's like, oh no, that girl's gonna die. So to save her dying body, it goes outside and tries to protect her, but it like gets like it like transfuses with the girl, and all of a sudden, like, there's a thing called remnant inside, and now she's like one with the puppet. It's a little weird. And so she becomes more important later in the story. She give gifts, give life, And so, life goes on, and he's like all sad. He's like, oh yeah, I know it was William Afton, yeah, because that crazy bastard's like a little asshole. Isn't like he likes kids a little too much. And so life goes on, and William Afton decides, oh yeah, I need to kill even more kids to make this more efficient. But then after a while, he keeps on killing kids, and realizes that, well, wait, I brainwave's getting a little crossed here. Well, I'm pretty sure he does. It goes on FNAF 1, the little FNAF 1 minigames, You see that at the end, shows him, like, taking apart the suits, because he realized, oh damn, I didn't know this, but, like, these things actually have power. So what he does is that he goes into the FNAF 1 establishment, because now he's allowed back in there, and what he does is that he kills kids, and in order to hide the bodies, he puts them in the suits. That's those disappearing kids. So eventually, the place smells really, really bad, and there are a bunch of smell complaints coming from the suits. Like, I don't know, there's a kind of like a rotting kid in there. It's kind of bad. So they sort of shut down. After that, what they do is that, like, they do the thing, and the stuff happens. The kids are inside of the suits. Bad things happen. Yada yada. The place gets shut down. What he realizes is that William Afton, he goes like, oh yeah, dude, I didn't know that. Like, kids can be inside robots, dude. That's like a thing of the future. robot kids. There are more kids to kill. So what he decides to do is that he takes apart the robots. He's like, yo, that's pretty crazy, you know? Like robot kids, that's like weird. What he does one day, he sneaks in behind and he lures the kids to the back room. Well, like he takes the suits, whatever, studies them. What he does is that he gets all the robots, I'm pretty sure, and he melts all their endoskeletons together in order to create like a pile of robot metal souls, you know? So the metal souls, he uses them to create funtime animatronics. That's what he does. He goes on to create his own pizza chain, because like pizza, like robots. Let's make more. No, why stop at one? Keep going. Creates the funtime animatronics, which are showcased in FNAF 6. So we gotta backtrack a little bit as well. At one point, William Afton gets married because psychopaths normally live like pretty normal lives for the most part, so they don't look like overtly suspicious. So this guy gets a life, starts to have a family, and he has a couple kids. Pretty sure he gets 3 kids. And so at the beginning, what he does is that he creates the funtime animatronics. The crazy thing is that these funtime animatronics, they're made specifically to capture kids. So he whips them all, he spruces them all up with cool features like, I don't know, you can like a claw mouth, a parent mimicking whatever, blah, blah, blah. So he has all these cool stuff to help him capture kids, and tells his kids like, oh, you shouldn't go near the robots because it's kind of bad, it's not very good, might die. But obviously it doesn't work, and on the very first day of the thing opening, it sadly has to close because William Afton's daughter Elizabeth gets scooped, and she later goes on to possess the baby, which is shown off later in sister location, which is the location of his sister. Over that later. So, grieving father is like, oh, oh, my child got scooped, and it's so very sad. So then, after that, things get kind of a little murky. My brain kind of stops working. But then he has another kid, which is considered to be the crying child, or possibly the name Evan, suggested by newer theories. And so this kid, William's really worried about this little kid. He's like, oh crap. I don't want him to die either. He has an older son, but he already knows all of it. He's good enough to protect himself. So what he does, he says, hey, crying child, you shouldn't go this way. Kind of a bad idea. And, what he does instead is create these discs that are considered the sound illusion discs. And what they're supposed to do is give his kids nightmares, so he would be scared of the pizzeria. Still loves it at heart. Eventually, one day, yo, what the hell? Minecraft is lagging, bro. What's going on? Okay. So eventually, like, he gets really scared of the pizzeria, and that's what FNAF 4 is. It's like you see all like the scary animatronics are not real; they're figments of his imagination. You see? And so that's where the dilemma comes up. And of course, as you see in the mini games, once you beat a night in FNAF 4, that he eventually has his birthday party there because he still loves the place. But due to his like crappy brother, he crams him into like the yellow bastard's head, and he gets his head bitten off. Pretty sad. So, after that, oh my god, I'm burning in lava. That's not good. Okay, that's taken care of. Alright, so William Afton's obviously very, very sad. He's like, oh no, my kid just died. This is so sad, guys. And we need to do a 3 a.m. summoning ritual, just like a J Station, get all those sweet, sweet clickbaity views. And so what he says is at the end of the game, he says, "I will put you back together." That famous, famous line. So he takes it kind of literally, and when he does, he turns him into a little robot. I think. I don't exactly remember. Yeah, I think. Am I right? I don't actually know. Okay, well, let's say he turns into a robot. I'm pretty sure. So he gets turned into a robot. And after that, he's still kind of dead and whatever. Then life goes on. He gets revived, but now he's a living, breathing robot that thinks he's a human. Kind of crazy, you know? And then that's when we start to move on to the games. William Afton gets crazy with experimenting with Remnant, but eventually back to FNAF 1, you can see in the cutscenes that he, in trying to figure out what the powers the suits hold, he ends up trapping himself inside of a suit trying to escape the spirits. And so he gets stuck in the FNAF 3 location, which later gets renovated into the FNAF 3 location, which is Fazbear Frights. So that happens. And then Michael, well, I think it's Michael Afton, yeah. You have to fact check me on that one. Well, one of the kids is dead. That's for sure, but one of them is a robot. I don't exactly remember. But Michael Afton, this one's for certain. His dad tells me, "Hey, yo, you go check out your sister. She's still in the floor." And yeah, you should go do that. Alright, maybe I shouldn't be doing this while playing Minecraft, because I've come to a couple close calls. It's not a very good idea. Yeah, all of this stuff. So that's when we move on to the actual games. He tells his son to go and try to see his sister. So he goes to sister location, which is located under the FNAF 4 house, He goes there. Things happen. You know how the whole plan goes out, Ennard, which was the amalgamation, all the fun time animatronics are like, oh yeah, we all have a couple souls in us. So I'll chuck them together in this big pile of mush. What we're gonna do is grab a retard, happens to stumble into this place, scoop out his skin, and you can just cram this dude inside of it. Great plan, flawless, I know. So they do that. And, well, the first retard to end up over here is, of course, Michael Afton. But since he's a robot, the plan goes too, but it fails, And they end up scooping him. He goes inside, then you go to the ultimate custom night. You go to the custom night cutscenes, and you see that Ennard walks around inside Michael's body, but instead, he, gets spat out after a couple days. It's a rotting corpse, and he realizes, oh, yo, I'm actually a robot, what the hell? Dude, that's pretty crazy. So then from there, they start going from place to place. He decides, oh my god, my dad has killed all these kids. And he'll try to free their souls. Oh yeah, and Golden Freddy somehow fits into this. Wait, let me search this one up. Oh yeah, her name is Cassidy. She's apparently important. Oh, she was one of the first victims. Yeah. Right. So he ends up dying. She ends up dying, and so Michael Afton's going around from place to place, and he's beating basically the Five Nights at Freddy's games. He goes around from place to place, finding all the things, and eventually he frees all their souls. He leads them all to one place. Well, we'll get to that in a moment. I think he goes through FNAF 1, then 2. Wait, no, FNAF 2, 1, then 3. Think. Yeah. Well, he gets attacked, but the toy animatronics aren't possessed because they really are just robots. They're just reacting to night guards because William Afton did work there. They got accustomed to attacking like those guys. So, they did that. Go from place to place, and eventually they get to FNAF 3. She finally works as the guard, and the phantom animatronics are there, which may or may not be auditory hallucinations. But then they realize, oh yeah, there's a rotting corpse inside one of these walls. They open up the wall, and oh my god, there's William Afton. He's Springtrap, is the man behind the slaughter. Purple dude, purple guy, orange man, yellow dude, mustard man. All these different names, the pseudonames. Find him, you fight him in FNAF 3, and then at the end, Henry has been behind orchestrating the strings and all this. Oh my god, it's been Henry all this whole time. He's been leading Michael from place to place, trying to get him to clean up all of William's crimes. And what he realizes that fire is the only way that you can get rid of Remnant, which is like the thing that metal that's inside of soul. The soul's inside of metal. So he tried to burn down Fazbear Frights to kill William and Michael, but doesn't work. And then you finally end up at FNAF 6, the finale. After there, whoa, holy shit, my knee just like exploded. Ow. Shit. Okay. Ow, shit, that hurt. Okay. Yeah, so then what they do stuff and oh yeah, he tells you to bring all the like the robots that still like exist, bring them back. Because they had all the souls with remnant in them and he wants to free them finally with the fire. So if you do like the true ending, which you bring all the robots into the establishment, beat all the knights, and you finally win. You get all the stuff: William Afton, Baby, Molten Freddy, which is basically Ennard, and Lefty, which has like a puppet inside of it. I'm pretty sure, and I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. And then and finally the building gets torched. Everybody melts to the ground, and then Ultimate Custom Night's a little debated. People say that it's either there's one which is William Afton being held in a dream, being kept alive by Cassidy, which is the spirit of Golden Freddy, or he's in hell being tormented by Golden Freddy. So Ultimate Custom Night, you play as William Afton, purple dude, and he's basically forced to die over and over and over and over and over again in the hell that he himself has created. So yeah, it kind of ends there. How back to Minecraft. Why is there a cow in the way?